Welcome back, citizens of Metropole, where we're trying to find how we can get a power core and possibly a memory access device. We also have some windows. Let's see what else. There's so many things to look at.
Must be some kind of dormitory.
A dormitory for robots? What else do we have here? Let's see, the bar. We have some paper.
It's a price list for the oil, solvents, and catalysts they offer here.
I
At
see.
the bottom, it says that all payments must be made through an account with Metromind, which I don't plan on opening.
I see.
High-end astringent and catalytic fluid. They belong to the bar.
Okay, I can't take those.
It's a big blue cup.
Nice. Well, hello there, arm.
Boss, I need that arm.
Crispin, it appears to be a self-aware robot.
Now I need it even more. Can you imagine? The adventures of Crispin and his arm. For once, I would have a sidekick. He would crack jokes, and I would say lame things like, "It appears to be a self-aware robot." Actually, on second thought, you can be the serious one, I'll be the sidekick.
Okay, well, let's talk to this arm.
Hello?
Boss, he's an arm robot, not a mouth robot. I wouldn't expect much of a conversation.
I have to buy something. They're taps for dispensing oil.
Well, clearly we can get oil here if we ever need oil for whatever reason. Let's see, we're not really done talking with you. Let's see, who is Metromine anyway?
Who is Metromind?
Who is Metromine? Russ and Bruin, you are a tyro. Metromine? Well, Metromine is Metropole. Runs everything now. What with the council shut down?
Council.
Sure, a bunch of primordial machines. Arbiter enforced them. Warriors kept the records. Big old factory built just about everything from down in the underworks. And, well, there's another one, I think. I don't even remember his name. And Metromine, of course. She used to run the trains, but now she's got the whole show.
Where can I find her?
Like I said, Tyrone, she is the city. So you found her already. Probably hopped yourself to her just to get here. Anyway, if she wants to talk to you again, you'll know.
Well, let's see, I was robbed when I came off the train.
I was robbed when I
They
came
took my
off
book.
the train. Some robot paralyzed me and stole my Gospel of Man.
Careful there, Tyrone. If you read the rules, you'd have known Metromine don't take kindly to superstition. Under the refuge rule, you got 2 days to talk about make-believe man all you want. But actual writing about man, that gets tossed to the underworks with the rest of the trash and trouble.
How can I get it back?
Ha! Your risk inhibitor flaking on you, Tyrone? You'd have to do some digging down in the underworks, which ain't exactly easy. And even if you find it, you'll just be sticking your finger in Metromine's socket. Like I said, she got no time for heretics, lunatics, and the like.
How about quick-witted levitators?
Don't think she cares for them either.
I see. Well, I'm looking for my power core. Have you seen a giant refrigerator? Well, actually, that's the next question. Have you seen a power core?
I'm looking for my power core. It was stolen from my ship, the Unique, and I think it's being kept in that tower over there.
Great tower, you mean? Sure, it's probably in there, along with all the other generators and reactors and cores that keep the lights on.
How can I get it back?
If Metromine took it, you don't, Tyrone. Her word is law. Arbiter's the only one who ever could have said otherwise. And he's been gone a long time. Getting to the courthouse, maybe you complete your case. After half a dozen other folks took their turns, that is. But you can't. No judge locked it up tight. And who's to say you'll win, huh? My advice?
I don't want your advice. I want my power core.
Well then, good luck to you.
Have you seen a giant floating refrigerator that's black and has red eyes?
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has large claws and shoots lasers. Have you seen it? It stole something of mine.
Sounds like Scraper to me.
Scraper.
Worked for Metromine even before she ran the show. He was the one that blasted out the train tunnels under the city.
Where can I find him?
Now, how would I know that? That one goes where he wants. Maybe the Great Tower, maybe the tunnels, who knows? But I wouldn't go picking trouble with him, Tyrone. Those lasers Scraper used for cutting granite can slice up that tin shell you're wearing like nothing.
Here, here.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, how do I get in the tower, since that's apparently where Scraper is and the power core?
How do I get into the tower?
You don't. Council members only. And the only ones still clicking are Metromine and Arbiter. And let me tell you, neither of them is one for bending the rules.
Are you sure you don't know anything about this thing called Ever Faithful?
Are you sure you don't know a robot named Ever Faithful? He called himself Leo Built.
I'm a peddler, Tyro, not a builder.
I see. What are the underworks?
What are the underworks?
A whole mess of junkyards, canals, factories, smelters, facade, every kind of heavy machinery, all beneath the streets. Old factor ran the place. Built just about everything in Metropole down there.
Ran the place. Who's in charge now?
Nobody. Not since Metroman pulled the plug on Factor. Whole place is full of junk and full of trouble. One from the ladder, I'd have picked the clean.
Well, boss, at least we can scratch one detour off our list. Seen one junk pile, seen them all.
Well, tell me about the Arbiter.
Tell me about Arbiter.
He's a member of the council. Heard he used to fight with Metroman day and night. Ran the courts, or used to, back when we had him. One day he just sent his clerk Clarity down to the underworks and closed up shop. Ever since, Metroman says what the law is.
How long ago was that?
Who's counting?
Well, hopefully somebody was. I mean, you're all machines. Somebody should be able to do it. You don't believe in humanism?
You don't believe in humanism?
If you asking whether I believe in man, the answer's no. And you better not either. Not if you want to stay here.
But how can you not believe in man?
I'm a progressive, Tyro. I believe in progress. Us robots improve ourselves. And that's how it's always been. First, there was a basic machine. And bit by bit, bite by bite, the machine built itself into all this. You and me and that little floater of yours, we're all cogs in that same machine. And that's all there is.
I see. Well, tell me about Clarity.
Tell me about Clarity.
Clarity was one of Arbiter's law clerks. Real cool and calculating, that one. Once heard say that a robot should have his recharge port fused just cause he'd stolen power from Metroman. Anyway, word was she got in some kind of fight with the old judge, and he sent her down to the underworks. Guess she's still down there stewing.
Well,
Goodbye.
what to do next? Let's go and have a look around. We have an info machine over here. Let's get some info. Welcome, Metromine welcomes you to her city of Metropole. This city is a safe haven for all machines. System records indicate that you have come from the outskirts station. All newcomers are required to familiarize themselves with the local laws and may also be interested in our history and landmarks. Okay, let's look at laws. Looks like it gave us a printout.
Hey, look, something came out of the machine.
So let's see. Metropolitan law is too vast for an ordinary robot to learn in full, but Metromine ensures that it is applied efficiently and fairly. Newcomers to the city should familiarize themselves with the Corrupt Data Elimination Plan, topic CDEP, and the Refuge Rule, as well as the Efficiency Initiative. Okay, CDEP. Corrupt Data Elimination Plan. In order to protect the city from corrupt data, Metromine and the Ad Hoc Robot Council passed CDEP, under which all information relating to certain untrue subjects, such as the mythological man, is subject to swift elimination. Physical media containing such data will be disposed of in the Underworks quarantine zone. Alright, well, let's see. Oh good, that actually worked. So let's see, tell me about your history. Metropole was built in layers by primordial robots, each generation improving on the last in endless train of progress. At one time, the city was governed by a council, but by mutual agreement, sole power was bestowed upon Metromine, for whom the city is now named. Well, let's learn more about Metromine. Metromine is the guide guardian and the imponym of Metropole. Empowered by the Ad Hoc Robot Council to steer the city toward progress and a bright future, Metromine has led the great efficiency and clear logic. She shares energy, parts, raw materials with all robots, asking only that they share processor cycles in exchange to help advance the common good. Thanks to Metromine, the city has followed an unbroken path of progress. Well, let's see, we also had landmarks. What landmarks are there? In order to conserve energy and improve efficiency, only the city center is now accessible to metropolitan robots. Here one can find the famed Council Tower, also known as the Tower of Power, rising high above Metropole, the old courthouse, and the historic Central Station, as well as Metropole's main street. For safety's sake, do not enter the underworks. Do you have any information on the underworks? The underworks are closed for public safety and will be reopened once additional repairs are complete. Thank you for your patience. Well, what about the courthouse? Before Metromine took on great responsibility educating Metropole's legal disputes, cases were brought to the old courthouse for the Arbiter to hear them. As Arbiter has ceased to decide cases, the courthouse has been deemed closed pursuant to the Civil Code. Let's see, what other landmarks did we have? We have the Council Tower. The Robot Council is an ad hoc group. I guess it just went to the council. It doesn't know what Council Tower is. The Robot Council is an ad hoc group of machines who convene to appoint a single robot to guide the city's progress. Its president was Metromine. Other members were Factor, which I don't think that Leopold mentioned, Arbiter, and Memorius. Once it was vested the sole responsibility in Metromine, the body was dissolved. Okay. And what else do we have? Let's just go with the tower. Can you tell me about the tower? No such subject. Are you sure? Can you tell me about Shady Sands? Darn it. Well, pooh. Is there anything else we could ask about? Could we ask about Horus? A single packet of data created during the Primordium describes an Urbanian weapon known as the Horus that was launched against Metropole. Some archaeotechnologicalists believe that Horus was destroyed by Goliath. Others believe that the reference is simply a glitch or corruption in ancient data. Very interesting, huh? What about Horatio? Actually, you know what? Let's ask about Factor. We'll ask about all the council members. A machine of enormous size and productive capacity. Factor spanned much of the underworks before being shut down to conserve power for his fellow machines. Factor was a member of the council that appointed Metromine to lead Metropole. Fully one half of the post-primordial robots in Metropole are Factor-built models. Neat. What about Memorius? Memorius was a database AI responsible for collating information for Metromine's use. As Metromine's own processing capacity increased, Memorius shifted to purely storage role. His motto was, "See this data as I saw it. This kiosk is his only remnant." Oh, that's sad. Well, did we ask about Arbiter yet? Arbiter, a rather simple machine built to resolve civic questions. A rather simple machine built to resolve basic legal questions. Arbiter briefly served on the council that appointed Metromine to lead Metropole. He has not judged any cases for a long time, likely out of deference to Metromine's superior capacity to guide and apply the city's law. Let's see, what else could we ask about? I think we asked about all the council members. What do you mean you don't know anything about the council? I just spelled it wrong, didn't I? Yep, you need an N in there, jackass. There you go. Yep, that's all of them. Factor, Arbiter, Memorius, and of course Metromine. Leopold? Nah, they don't know about Leopold in there. Clarity? Do you know about Clarity? Probably not. You do know about Clarity. Clarity and Clarity Arbiter build. These twin robots, there's two Clarities? These twin robots were built to serve as law clerks to Arbiter, the former chief judge of Metropole. Neither has been seen in a long time. This is thought that Clarity engaged in some manner of crime, or for that reason is hiding out in the underworks. I see. There's two clarities. And apparently neither of them been seen. And they're both hiding out or something. Huh. Well, that was interesting. We have a door here.
It's locked up
Enough
tight.
exposition for a while. And of course it's locked up tight. They don't want any random schlubs walking in there. Well, that's a live wire there.
Hey, boss, look! That repair bot has a floating helper, just like you do.
There's a red, burning, crashed hover bus and a writhing electrical cable. And that's the first thing you notice?
I can't help it. She's beautiful.
Well, you're not getting to her until we deal with this cable.
He could totally just fly over there. Well, you know what? He could deal with the cable.
Crispin, can you fly around the cable and push it off the street?
But didn't you just say it's too dangerous to get close to it?
I'm giving you a chance to impress her, Crispin. Just fly up high enough that you don't get close to the sparks.
Fine.
Watch and be amazed at Crispin's prowess at nudging cables. Good work. Well, let's look at this bus over here.
A crashed hover bus.
Yeah,
So
that's what
we're
it
gonna
is.
Fix it up and do something amazing with it, right, boss?
Probably not.
No, it's not our property or our problem. It looks like he's trying to fix that crashed hover bus. A floating light bot. It's holding a spool of copper wiring.
I see.
She! And what is she?
He's really... He really likes that thing. Can I use you on her?
Hey, Crispin, why don't you go talk to her?
What? No way, boss. She's way out of my league.
She's a floating lamp, Crispin. You've never had any trouble with lamps before.
Well, I've never had to talk to one before, boss. Just knock them off ledges. I've got no practice.
Okay. Let's talk to the repair bot.
Excuse me.
Can't you see I'm working?
I've said it before, but I'll say it again. You do know this ship is never gonna fly again, right?
You're right about that. This old airing bus can hardly fly to begin with. Still, there might be some parts here that Metromine can use to get another bus up and running. Anyway, what do you want?
Hey, boss, ask him about his helper.
Will do. So what the heck happened here? Why is this bus sitting on the road?
What happened here?
What does it look like? The airing bus's motor gave out and it crashed into the only bridge leading from Main Street to the rest of the city center.
Was anyone on board?
Sure, but they've already been salvaged.
Salvaged, not repaired?
Can't repair without parts. You can't get parts without salvage.
What about building new parts?
Yeah, me and what factory?
What about Factor? Isn't he a factory?
Sure, decommissioned one. Look, everyone wants to spot bugs, but no one wants to write code. You got a better way to run a city? Go out and build one. Otherwise, get with the program.
I write code. You mentioned Metromine.
You mentioned Metromind.
Yeah, sure. She's in charge of this big circuit board we call Metropole.
What can you tell me about her?
What do I look like? The information kiosk?
Yes? You're not completely different.
Metromind is the best thing that ever happened in this place.
Really?
Really? You, me, all these other machines grinding about. We're just tools in the toolbox. But Metromind, she's got the master plan. Progress. Got a nice ring to it, too.
So as part of the master plan, crashing buses into roads?
Look, there's plenty of rust to go around, but Metromind's the only one scrubbing. Not her fault that some of the metal's too far down.
It looks to me like you're the one scrubbing, not Metromind.
Like I said, I'm just a tool in the box. Now, I gotta get back to work.
I see. Well, let's talk to you again. I'm not done with you. Don't disengage the conversation.
What do
Let's see. How can I talk to Metromine?
Since you're so close to her, do you know how I can talk to Metromind?
you want? Talk to Metromine. Look, Metromine has an entire city to run, but Horizon is are everywhere. If she wants to talk to you, she will.
Okay. Well, have you seen any giant black refrigerators with red eyes?
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has big claws and shoots lasers.
Scraper. After the last big cave-in, the two of us worked together on trying to fix the blue line. It's on the simple side, but a hard worker. What about him?
He took something of mine.
Yeah, salvaged it probably. That's what most of us do for Metromine these days.
Stole it.
Hey, you say router, I say router. Anyway, not my problem.
So where can I find Scraper?
Where can I find Scraper?
Do I look like a tour guide?
Yes.
Piece of advice for you. Don't mess with the code if you can't handle the glitches.
Very profound.
Well, anyway, do you know where I can find a power source?
Do you know where I can find a power source?
If I did, I'd have salvaged it myself and brought it to the tower.
I see. So all power sources go to the tower, it would seem. So that's where ours is going to be. My friend is curious about your floating lamp.
My friend is curious about your helper.
Oh, she's just a sidekick factor build. Thousands of them rolled off the assembly line back in the day, but she's probably the only one left. Really not much more than a floating lantern, and headlamps are a lot cheaper.
She says you're not much more than a floating plasma torch.
She's right.
Well, when do you think this bridge will be passable?
When will the bridge be passable? Soon?
Well, seeing how the last remaining Airbus just crashed, I'd say opening the bridge to pedestrian traffic. So I'd say something on the order of a month, give or take.
A month?
Give or take.
And there's no other way off Main Street?
Not unless you got a jetpack hiding under that jacket.
Well, at least that narrows our options down, boss.
Goodbye.
Well, that was fun. Let's progress. Let's see. I think there's actually something else we can do here. That thing has a spool of wire. I want to get Crispin to get us that spool of wire.
Hey, Crispin, how about practicing on this lamp?
In front of her? Are you kidding?
Okay, let's go off screen, and then you can practice, okay? What's up here, by the way? This appears to be the courthouse. Alright, let's try this again. Crispin, get on screen, so I can see you.
Hey, Crispin, how about practicing on this lamp?
Oh, good idea. Okay, here goes. You really light me up.
No.
Okay. Trust me, I know how to turn on a light.
Definitely not.
And this went on for several hours.
Okay, that's enough practice for now.
Look at his eyes. He's totally in love. Alright, he's ready to get us some copper wiring that we'll use for something, I'm sure.
Alright, Crispin, it's now or never.
Beside you, all other... Whoa! That was so easy!
They smash together chassis and love is exchanged.
For copper wiring.
Hey, that wire belongs to the city. It's coming out of your salary.
You tell him.
Apparently she told him. Okay. Now let's see what we got going over here.
I'd keep my distance, boss. He could spray you at any moment.
I see. Apparently that thing's some kind of robot dog and it's going to mark its territory. Look at something. You won't look at these? There's definitely some interesting critters here.
Looks important.
Looks important indeed. Okay. Oh, it's like a sub-area.
A small, simple robot. A rotund robot wearing a monocle. A tall robot wearing a top hat.
Some very foppish robots. And a floating robot.
A complicated floating robot with a spinning antenna on its head.
Let's see.
A tough-looking war machine.
Tough-looking war machine. Can I talk to you guys? Apparently this one didn't have much to say. Hello.
Ahoy, my dear friend. Oswald Factorbuilt at your service.
There's no more your dear friend than Rex as your creation, you besotted gear oiler.
Oh, don't mind Cornelius. He's been bitter since the first great rolling brownout.
Better, I'll show you bitter, you backbiting bot snatcher.
I think I like these guys, boss.
Yes, they're very interesting. What is this building? Although I know it's the courthouse.
What's in that building?
Why, Arbiter's court, of course. Why else would we be here?
I need to see Arbiter.
We all do, my dear friend. But the courthouse is locked, and first come, first served.
I see. Well, why are you waiting in line?
Why are you waiting in line?
Justice. I'm here for justice. To prove that I, Cornelius Factorbuilt, created this marvelous machine, Rex. Rex Cornelius built.
Ignore him, my dear friend. Candidly, he is 10-23 flops short of a kilo, if you catch my drift. The machine's name is Oswald Built. Rex Oswald Built.
This is over a name? Why not just let Rex decide?
Ridiculous. This is about principle.
This is about pride.
So, boss? Would you fight over me like this?
You could call yourself Crispin Crispian for all I care. As long as you still pull things off ledges for me, that is.
Glad to know I'm loved.
So, of course, that's their little Rexy poo right there. The parents are fighting. So how the hell are you going to decide who gets Rex?
How are you going to decide who gets Rex?
For the law, fool. The law.
Please excuse my brother. He can barely remember pi to the 23rd digit, let alone his manners.
4.
I rest my case. Suffice it to say, old chap, we await the reopening of the courthouse. Or more precisely, we await a summons from Auditor who will decide our case.
Who will say whose contribution was more important? Who will say, in fact, that my contribution was more important?
Well, have you seen any giant refrigerators with red glowing eyes?
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has lots of claws and shoots lasers.
I know where it is, but we'll
Stole
ask you
something
to.
of mine. Have you seen it?
Indeed. The robot you describe sounds like Scraper, Metromind's enforcer. Whatever he took is gone forever.
I refuse to accept that.
Oh, he refuses. How delightful.
I see. It's delightful that I refuse. Well, anyway, do you know where I could find a power source? I have a feeling that the Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour, is the only place. But maybe you have a lead.
Do you know where I can find a power source?
Alas, my friend, power is not so abundant in Metropole as it once was.
Maganka Metromind seized it all. Seized it and doles it out. And there's hardly enough to go around now.
Metromind keeps all power sources in the Great Tower where the Council used to meet. If you want to share it, you will need to pay her in megacycles.
Megacycles?
Yes, megacycles, you ninny. CPU cycles. Brain power. The kind of power she really wants. No-rate processor was made for running trains, not a city.
I think we'll solve your case next time.
Goodbye.
Alright?
Cheerio.
So we'll see you then, folks, where we'll decide who is the true parent of Rexy Poo. Will it be Cornelius, or will it be Oswald? Find out next time.